We are going to perform experiment number 8 of power system operation control. The title of the experiment is to study Lagrange multiplier technique for economic load dispatch. For this experiment, we will require MATLAB Simulink software. Now, we will see the theory part of the experiment. What is meant by economic load dispatch? It determines the power output of each power plant and power output of each generating stations within a power plant, which will minimize the overall cost of fuel needed to serve the system load. To understand this concept, we need to understand input output characteristics of thermal power plant and incremental cost characteristics of thermal power plant. Now, we will see input output characteristics of thermal power plant. In these characteristics, on y axis it is represented as fuel required in kilocalorie per hour, and on x axis it is represented that power output in megawatt. So, you can observe that for starting period the characteristics is when we increase when the generation increases, the fuel input is not increased by that much amount, but for certain period of time after that some period of time it increases linearly with respect to the power output, and after that you will observe that the curve is exponential. That means, though the power output is not increases by much amount, but the fuel requirement is increases by very large amount. So, by this fuel cost characteristics or input output characteristics, we can say that for certain period of time we can say that the generator operates efficiently. That means, it takes less amount of fuel and produces large amount of power, but for larger for some period of time it produces same amount of power, but it takes the large amount of fuel. Now, incremental fuel cost characteristics of thermal power plant. Here in these characteristics also we can assume that for this portion of characteristics, the incremental, that means cost of per megawatt per hour production is very high as compared to the cost required to produce the some lesser amount of power. So, that means, this particular cost, this particular change in the cost is nothing but the incremental cost for the production of the power for that particular hour. So, using this incremental fuel cost characteristics, we have to allocate the power demand in the available generators. Similarly, these characteristics we can see for hydropower plant. Only difference is that in place of fuel we will have the water discharge in meter cube per second. The incremental cost characteristics for hydropower plant can be shown here. H1, H2, H3 are the heads of the water. Now, we will see the equal incremental cost method, that is transmission losses are neglected. In this method the transmission losses are neglected, and this method is also called as Lagrange multiplier. In this method, the most efficient unit is identified by incremental cost of production, and this unit should get the priority while the load allocation is done. Second point, all the generators must work at the same incremental cost of production. So, now we will consider the Ng number of units which supplies the power P1, P2 up to Png active powers to supply a total load demand of Pd. In this case, the Lagrange multiplier is given as partial derivative of C1 P1 with respect to P1 is equals to partial derivative of C2 P2 with respect to P2 is up to partial derivative of Cng Png with respect to Png. It should be equal to lambda, and the equality constraint is given by P1, P2, P3 up to Png. It should be equal to power demand or Pd. Now, we will solve the numerical and we will perform the experiment in the MATLAB Simulink software. So, consider the power system with two stations. The fuel cost characteristics for the three stations are given by F1 is equals to 500 plus 5.3 P1 plus 0.004 P1 square in rupees per hour. Second, F2 is equals to 400 plus 5.5 P2 plus 0.006 P2 square in rupees per hour. F3 is equals to 200 plus 5.8 P3 plus 0.0092 P3 square in rupees per hour. Here you should understand that for three generators, this particular constant is called as alpha, this particular constant is called as beta, and this particular constant is called as gamma. So, while performing the experiment, we will take these constants at alpha, beta and gamma. Now, when P1, P2, P3 are in megawatt, the total load PD is 800 megawatt. Now, with these 3 units, we have to satisfy the total load demand of PD is equals to 800 megawatt. Here, we will neglect the losses and generator limits. Find the optimal dispatch by iterative technique using the gradient. Assume initial value of lambda is equals to 6 rupees per megawatt hour. So, initial approximation of lambda we will take as 6 rupees per megawatt hour. Now, we will solve this particular numerical. So, with respect to these three characteristics are fuel cost characteristics. Now, we will convert these fuel cost characteristics into incremental fuel cost characteristic by taking the derivatives of these three characteristics with respect to P1, P2 and P3 respectively. So, for first characteristics, partial derivative of F1 with respect to P1 will give you 5.3 plus 0.08 P1. Similarly, for second characteristics, it will give us 5.5 plus 0.012 P2, and for third characteristics, it gives us 5.8 plus 0.018 P3. Now, by economic load dispatch, we will take at initially lambda 1 is equals to 6 rupees per megawatt hour. Economic load dispatch iteration 1 will give us the equation partial derivative of C1 P1, C2 P2 and CNG PNG with respect to P1 P2 PNG, and it should be equal to lambda. So, we will put here the equation and we will compare its value to the initial approximation of lambda. So, in this way we will get P1 is equals to 87.50. In this way we will get P1 is equals to 87.50 megawatt, P2 is equals to 41.66 megawatt, P3 is equals to 11.11 megawatt. But you will observe that when we take the addition of these 3 powers, that is P1, P2, P3, we will not find that PD is satisfied, that is power demand is satisfied, or we can say the equality constraint is not satisfied. So, in this case we will take the error of the power, we will find out the error of the power in by taking PD, power demand minus the summation of these 3 powers. So, the error is around 659.72 megawatt. So, we have observed that after taking lambda is equals to 6 rupees per megawatt hour, we have obtained the error of 659.72 megawatt in the demanded power. Now, we will solve for iteration 2. Before that, we will find out the lambda approximation for iteration 2. So, here the error in power is 659.72 megawatt. Find out lambda, change in lambda by taking by considering this formula. So, change in P divided by 1 upon 2 gamma 1 plus 1 upon 2 gamma 2 plus 1 upon 2 gamma 3. So, put all the values. Change in lambda is equals to 2.5. So, initial lambda value was 6, put this change in lambda in that value. So, we will get the new value of lambda for next iteration. So, new value of lambda, that is 8.5. So, we can call it that lambda is equals to lambda 2 for iteration 2. So, by taking this value as the second approximation of lambda, we will find out the P1, P2 and P3. Now, iteration 2, same equation of economic load dispatch. So, P1, P2, P3 we have found out here by putting lambda is equals to 8.5. So, P1 is equals to 400 megawatt, P2 is equals to 250 megawatt, P3 is equals to 150 megawatt. When you take the summation of these 3 powers, you will find power demand PD is satisfied, that is 400 plus 250, it is 650 plus 150. So, it is 800 megawatt. So, power demand of 800 megawatt is satisfied. Now, MATLAB program. First, we will initialize the alpha value, as I have told you that first constant you take alpha, second constant beta, third constant gamma. So, first constant we take in the MATLAB program in angle bracket, alpha we name it as alpha, second constant as beta, third constant as gamma. You just put all the values as per the equations given. So, alpha, beta, gammas are these. We put the semicolon at the end of all these values, so that we do not want to display these values on the MATLAB output. After that, total power demand given is PD is equals to 800 megawatt. So, we put PD, we initially we define a variable of PD and we put the value of PD is 800. Then del P is the variable we define for the purpose of the iteration, number of iterations purpose. We define the del P value is must be higher, so that number of iterations are possible. So, when we see the while loop, you will find the use of del P. Then lambda. So, for lambda, initial value of lambda, we will use the input function. So, in using the keyboard, you will enter the initial value of lambda. So, in our case it is 6. So, when this function is performed or when this statement is executed, the output on the screen will be lambda. So, you put enter the estimated value of lambda, you just put 6 by entering the value through keyboard. Then printf/n. So, we enter the new line, then display lambda P1, P2, P3 del P or dP grad del lambda. So, these values we have to display. So, this way on new line this will be displayed in the MATLAB. Then iteration 0 or initial iteration, then we will use while loop. In while loop we use absolute value of del P should be greater than or equal to 0.001. Up to this point, when up to this condition, this particular loop will be run. So, when this condition is not satisfied, then this particular loop will be end and the program flow will get to the end point. So, here you can observe, here we have defined del P is equals to 10. So, that this value must be very high, higher than 0.001. Now, in the iteration is equals to iteration plus 1, new iteration. When the program flow goes into the while loop, it will automatically add 1 iterations for the next loop. So, P, find out P for all the generators. So, P will be find out lambda minus beta into divided by 2 into gamma. So, P will be find out for all 3 generators. Del P is equals to PD, del P is equals to PD minus summation of P. So, del P will be find out, new value of del P will be find out. J is equals to one type of constant here, it will be evaluated with the help of gamma and gamma values. Then we will take the ratio of del P to the J, so it will calculate the del lambda, that means the change in the lambda. So, we will display lambda P of 1, P of 2, P of 3, del P, J, d lambda on the screen of the MATLAB. After we will calculate the new value of lambda, lambda is equals to initial value of lambda that we have taken here 6, and we will put the change in the lambda. In our case it is 2.5. So, 2.5 will be added in this particular equation. So, 2.5 plus 6 it will be 8.8. 8.5. So, after this the production P1, P2, P3 will be evaluated. When P1, P2, P3 is equals to PD, then the flow of program will get stopped. So, here the end. Now, output enter estimated value of lambda is equals to 6. So, when you enter lambda is equals to 6, lambda P1, P2, P3, dP grad d lambda, these values will be end. These statements will be displayed on the MATLAB, and its value for first iteration 6, 87, 41.66, 11.11, 659.72, grad to 63.88 and 2.5. Next lambda will be 8.5, Accordingly, P1, P2, P3 will be find out. So, dP in this case is 0. In this case, we will find the dP change in the power is 0, as 400 plus 250 plus 150 it is satisfying the power demand of the system. Now, we will perform this same experiment in the MATLAB Simulink software. This is the home screen of the MATLAB. Here I have already executed the program, same program. Just we will start from the fresh. So, go into file menu, new script. Here we will start the writing of the program. I have already written the program. So, alpha, this is alpha, in angle bracket write down alpha, in angle bracket write down beta, in angle bracket write down gamma. So, this is just a data initialization. After that, write PD is equals to 800, del P is equals to 10, then we will execute, or we will take the values from the keyboard of lambda. So, here we write enter estimated value of lambda from the keyboard. So, on new line we want to print, we want to display lambda P1, P2, P3, dP grad d lambda. So, for that purpose we have inserted here /n, then in iteration 0, then the program flow will go in the while loop. So, while loop we put the condition in terms of del P, as already we have given del P is equals to 10. So, this condition is satisfied, the program flow will go in this particular line. So, in this particular line initially the iteration was 0. So, 0 plus 1 new iteration will be decided. So, we will find out at this point the value of P is find out for all 3 generators, then del P will be find out, J is one constant, we find out del lambda, that means the change in the lambda. We display all the values on the screen and we find out next value of lambda. Now, we execute the program. So, when you enter 6, so for 6 value, initial value of 6 of lambda, you will get 87, 41, 11.11, 659, grad is equals to 263 and 2.5. This 2.5 is added into this lambda 6. So, new lambda is 8.5. So, for new lambda 8.5 we have 3 P1, P2, P3 powers, and in this case the difference in demanded power and generated power is 0. So, here new d lambda is 0. This way you can perform the experiment using the Lagrange multiplier.